Feels really nice to be racing again in South America.
We got mountains, we got riverbeds, we got sand, we got dunes, so what more could you ask for?
This is our paradise for rally rides.
Welcome to Argentina for round 4 of the World Rally Raid Championship. This is the 11th edition of Desafío Ruta 40, which returns to the calendar after a 5-year absence, and it promises to be a spectacular comeback. In the bikes, there are just 9 points separating the top 3 in the championship: Toby Price, Luciano Benavides and Adrian van Beveren.
For sure, we're always trying to be on the top step of the podium, but also trying to conserve and just make sure we get championship points.
I'm so happy to be at home, let's say. I feel confident and motivation is really high, and I will try to do my best for me, for my team, for Argentina.
I just have to be really focused, give the best every kilometer, every meter, I would say, and let's see what we can get out of this.
One major absentee is local hero Kevin Benavides, who was injured in the build-up to the rally. But he still came along to cheer on his little brother and had the best view in the house as Luciano made an excellent start. The Salto native was the fastest W2RC rider in the first 3 stages, opening up a lead of more than 15 minutes.
I race to win, and I always try to win, so it's also something that I'm always pushing, but of course I don't want to risk too much because for me the important is the championship at the end.
But things quickly began to unravel for the Red Bull KTM team. Matthias Walkner lost 45 minutes on stage 1 when his bib mousse overheated. He then had to abandon on stage 2 after sacrificing himself for the championship leader Toby Price. The Australian's hopes of landing the title took a serious blow when he broke his rear shock absorber on the road to Belém.
The push mechanic is dead.
Push mechanic, but I'm not fixing it with what I have at hand. I'm taking someone else's part.
He was able to get a replacement from Walkner, but still lost over an hour.
Disappointing with the championship. Pretty much gave that away, and it's done. Pretty sure the chances are very, very, very slim at the moment, but we'll keep going.
And the misery continued for the KTM family as Gas star Sam Sunderland, the defending world champion, had to abandon with illness on stage 3.
He had to retire in every race this year, so this will be also hard mentally to swallow, but it is what it is, and important that he's okay.
The Honda team fared rather better. Their man Tosha Shirena actually won the rally outright, but he isn't yet a part of the W2RC. Van Beveren, on the other hand, is. He ended up in 4th overall, which means he is still very much in the fight for the crown. Ross Branch is quite a bit further down the standings, but he said he had an absolute blast in Argentina, where he was riding for the first time. The Kalahari Ferrari claiming his best result of the season for Hero in 3rd overall. Ricky Breivik found himself on the wrong side of the bonuses for the openers, meaning that in spite of some fine performances, he struggled to make up time at the top of the leaderboard. The American nevertheless finished 2nd. But the top W2RC rider in Argentina was the man from Salta, Luciano Benavides, who even got to open on the final stage to his home city. The Husqvarna factory man was delighted with his performance. He takes over at the top of the standings. Well, Benavides now has a 9-point lead over Price, so it isn't necessarily game over for the Aussie. Van Beveren is 14 points back in 3rd place. We've had a change of championship leader in the Rally 2 class. Paolo Lucci was forced to abandon Ruta 40 after a nasty crash, so Romain Dumontier has taken over at the top. the Frenchman third in Argentina. The Rally 2 victory went to Bradley Cox, who thus claimed his first overall crown at a round of the World Championship. The South African has not had an easy season, having crashed out of the Dakar early, but he took a commanding win here by almost 40 minutes.
This rally, I fell in love with it from the start, and yeah, what a beautiful country, beautiful riding, and the organisers did an amazing job. And yeah, I'm happy with my week. Every day I was strong, and I put my best foot forward, and the results have shown. So.
Dumontier has a 13-point lead over Lucci, who will no doubt need time to recover from his crash this week. Jean-Louis Le Pen is third, but he's over 20 points back. And finally, Ardit Kurtai took the honours in the Rally 3 class for riders who are new to Rally Raid. Born in Albania and raised in Austria, Kurtai is now hoping to fulfil his dream of competing in the Dakar. The quads turned out to be a bit of a one-man show, as Argentina's Manuel Andújar dominated his W2RC rivals Juraj Varga and Rodolfo Guidioli. The winner of Dakar 2021 came in over 3 hours clear, securing his first points of the season in the championship.
For me, it was a really good race. I enjoyed so much. Was a really tough stages. Good riders like Francisco Moreno, here, me, Marcelo. Was an amazing race for us.
Andújar won't be world champion this year though. Laisvidas Kancias boasts a 16-point lead before the final round, followed by Guidioli and Varga.
I'm really excited. Other than bikes, I would say that this is the most competitive class.
AJ and I have been going back and forth all year long. We're just about tied. He's got me by 1 point, so it's going to be a war to the end for sure.
A heavyweight lineup in the lightweight prototypes, with just a single point separating Austin Jones and Seth Quintero as hostilities began. But third-placed Mitch Guthrie was keen to remind his fellow Americans that he was very much part of the fight as well, steering his Taurus T3 Max to victory in 2 of the first 3 stages.
Just try to keep stacking up those points. That's the name of the game, and the stage wins definitely matter for the points race, so happy to get another one.
This is Matthias Ekstrom's third straight W2RC round in a South race in Can-Am. The Swede won stages 2 and 5, but a broken differential ended his overall hopes on stage 3. Before returning to action with Audi, he's trying to clock up as many kilometres as possible to keep up with the Rally Raid legends Stefan Petterhansel and Carlos Sainz.
I'm lacking 15 years probably to the guys in the front, so if you do everything the same and drive little, you will never catch it up. So I take all the driving I can.
It wasn't the best of rallies for João Ferreira, who had a series of gearbox problems in his X-Ride Yamaha. The Portuguese driver forced to retire from stages 1 and 5. But he did serve a reminder of his speed with victory on stage 4. Quintero briefly snatched the championship lead after a solid start, but the American was then let down by a damaged intercooler on stage 4.
We're kind of speechless, to be honest. Kind of knocked us out of the championship. We're in a big fight, 3 wide, ready to go for the last round, hoping to get to the last round, but after this, I'm not too sure we're that much in the fight anymore.
Jones was plagued by electrical issues in the early part of the rally and looked like he would also lose ground in the championship, but bigger mechanical issues for his rivals propelled him up to 3rd place overall. Guthrie, though, is on a roll. Having claimed his first victory in Rally Raid at the Sonora Rally in April, he and his co-driver Kellen Walsh doubled up here in Argentina.
Just consistency for sure is the key. Every day we stayed smooth, never really got out of the car, had flat tires or anything like that, and just kind of kept the car moving and kept a great pace for sure. So overall, just keeping the car moving all day long and staying fast pace, of course.
Guthrie leads Jones by just 3 points, so this one's really going down to the wire, and Quintero is only 9 points off the pace in 3rd. Shinsuke Umeda was quite literally in a league of his own in the T4s. The Japanese driver was the only W2RC entrant, and in spite of a scare on stage 4 when he got his car stuck in a canyon, he made it safely through to the finish line and picked up a maximum haul of points. Umeda goes second above Eric Goksal, but he's very unlikely to catch the leader Rokas Bachuska. The Lithuanian has a 55-point lead with exactly 55 points available in Morocco. Finally to the cars, where Nasser Al-Attiyah was looking to land a decisive blow in the absence of BRX and Sebastian Loeb.
We try to do our best and to win this race, and for first time, to compete in Ruta 40, and also if we can make it to be the world champion before the last race, it will be amazing.
The Qatari certainly didn't hang about, winning the prologue and the first stage. Al-Attiyah is expected to leave Toyota when his contract ends after the Rally du Maroc, and he is clearly looking to go out on a high note. Sebastian Halpern is a two-time winner of Desafío Ruta 40, but the Argentine unfortunately ran into major mechanical trouble on stage 3. A broken gearbox forced him to retire from the special and earned him 15 hours of penalties. Yazid Al-Raji was out to shore up second place in the W2RC, but he also had to deal with various issues, notably a series of 4 punctures on stage 2. The Saudi finished in second place on 3 occasions, but he couldn't quite land that stage victory and had to settle for third place overall. Juan Cruz Jacopini was one of the sensations of the rally. The Argentine, whose father Alejandro took part in 9 Dakars, took a memorable first win in the W2RC on stage 2. Jacopini managing to hold off Al-Raji over the remaining stages and finish second overall. But Al-Attiyah led from start to finish, and once he seizes control of a rally, it's pretty tough to snatch it away from him. He did have some tough days, outdoing Al-Raji with 5 punctures on stage 2, but he and his co-driver Mathieu Baumel showed their customary class and experience to win it by over 20 minutes.
Well done for Mathieu, he's a world champion, and still I need some point. Next race will be in Morocco, and he will do his best for me, to let me win.
The Qatari has 51 points in hand over Al-Raji, so as long as he avoids any major catastrophes in Morocco, he should have no problems defending that crown. And so we reach the end of a spectacular edition of Desafío Ruta 40, which has made a very successful comeback on the W2RC calendar. The winners enjoying their moment on the podium, but they will soon have their game faces back on for Morocco. Do join us again for the season finale in October, and thanks very much for watching.